Last time on Total Party Guild.
I've been working on that marshmallow grenade, and it works really good at holding people steady. It never comes out. Never. It's there forever.
Well, I mean, can't you just burn it?
Yeah, but then you have your whole different issue.
Oh.
Welcome, heroes. My name is Jeremy Blackheart, and I'll be DMing this story arc of Total Party Guild, a weekly retrowave-inspired live play 5th edition D&D podcast. This week, the guild will be hiring
Vanessa Otero playing Jewel Von Onyx, the human bard.
Justin Lamb playing Stenel Bjornsson, the halfling barbarian.
Sean Rowe playing Singer, your explosive tiefling cleric.
And our special guest,
Matthew Crum playing Dimble Pilwicken, the gnome artificer.
When last we left our heroes, the would-be assassin tried to make a misty step escape, but Singer blew apart the catwalk he was walking on. And the team, with prize-winning teamwork,
there we go,
managed to pick apart his escape and attack plan, managing to bring down the assassin before he could do any real harm. Now they're standing backstage with Allure and the dead assassin among the wreckage, taking a short rest and wondering what to do next. Well, what do you do, heroes?
I'm glad that I'm just wearing this stupid black suit and not my fancy new gear that we just paid a bunch of money for.
No, your fancy new gear you paid a bunch of money for is probably, I don't know, more protective.
Maybe. It was just like fancy dresses.
Yeah, it was like a suit dress.
I'm just gonna be bandaging my stuff up. I'll pull out my ukulele and play a song of rest. And everyone can, if anyone's gonna heal, they can add an additional 1d6.
I look myself over and realize I'm untouched.
Dimble also has a moment of realization that while he may be spent on spell slots, he has taken 0 damage.
Stenel's a little hurt. He's gonna hang out.
Those con saves, Jewel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High roller. I'll take you to Vegas.
That heals me back to 100. I only had to use 4 of my 5 dice. Yeah, that's what happens when you roll, when you get a resilient con.
Are there any, I'm assuming that all of the, bystanders have trampled their way out of the venue by now. I'm wondering if there's any, first responders or emergency people or...
Don't we need to go find the person who hired us and let him know that we succeeded and that our charge is fine?
I think we're the first responders.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so too, Stenel.
I'm going to pat this guy down and see what he has on him. He has some kind of poison that's cool.
Be careful when you pat him down then.
Stenel took his crossbow with bolts and a poison.
That's true. And a mysterious dagger.
That looked distinctly different than what his daggers look like.
Oh, so the dagger I took off him looks different.
Well, he has 2 daggers.
Right, but before, when I was disarming him, I did pick up his heavy crossbow and a mysterious dagger.
Yeah, so that one is a Kris. If you know what a Kris is, Kris.
Mm-hmm. It has like a wavy.
Yeah, it's wavy. It's like a sacrificial dagger.
Can Dimple spend some time looking at these knives and in a mechanical sense ritually cast identify?
Yeah, definitely.
You would like to do so. Meanwhile, looking at these things, just be like, ooh, yes. Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Besides the Kris, the other 2 daggers, they look identical. The hilt looks like it's twisted, and the pommel has a barb at the bottom of it. They don't have a guard, but the blade is thick and it's like triangular, and then it has a channel that kind of starts at a ball at the bottom of the blade and then has multiple waves out that go towards the edge. So it looks almost like a river spreading out towards the tip.
Ooh. That's pretty.
I mean, it's pretty,
Or like poison.
but it seems like it's going to do some bad things.
The metal
Oh, yeah.
looks like hammered Damascus, if you know what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has a whole bunch of little rivets in it.
I mean, it's very nicely made.
While Dimble does that, the rest of you?
I just want to pat him down and see what else he has on him.
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
I also need to say, before Singer, you were going to help Dimble with an investigation check, and I made a wrong calling. Anybody can help.
Oh.
You
Cool.
don't need to be
Lovely.
trained. The help action is just advantage.
Oh.
Sweet.
Lovely. That's pretty cool. Is Dimble gonna investigate this like blue vial of poison as well
I rolled a
as
13.
the mystery dagger I got? He's gonna check out the poison. Is that something
I'd love
you're-
to, but I'm focusing like right now. Just like
Sorry.
Yeah, you can find it.
Mm-hmm.
In his waistband, it's kind of like, you know, when you have a dinner napkin at a restaurant, it's folded nice. It's like that, where it was folded nice and it feels like really silky, smooth, velvety, and it is tucked into his waistband.
Is it a portable hole?
It's like a magic trick.
What's this?
It folds out into this massive circle,
Okay, that's different.
and it somewhat adheres to the floor. Inside is a cylinder with a bunch of shit at the bottom that goes past the floor.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
Stenel.
pretty big.
can-
It's like
can
10
I
feet
w-
across.
Look at this.
I can
Look
walk
at
on the
this.
circle.
oh no.
Are you going to
Jesus.
you
Oh,
fall
wait.
into the circle.
Yeah, literally as you step on it, I'm like, no, wait.
I'm like,
Oh,
that's
you fall-
a black hole. No, wait, bye.
You fall
Don't let
10
the-
feet down into a pile of crap, and an accordion makes like a solid toot.
I've found something.
I'm just
You
peering
take
over
2
the
points
edge.
of falling damage.
You take.
What was that, Vanessa?
So I'm just gonna peer over the edge at him. Like, what the fuck? Can I see him?
Yeah.
This. What just happened to me? Am I dead?
Would I? Could I make like a intelligence check to see if I would know what this is?
Knowledge Arcana.
Okay. Cool. I have trained Arcana. That is a 17.
You know it's a portable hole.
It's a portable hole. You can store stuff in it, and it folds up into just like a little map.
That's
What's down there?
crazy. I'm gonna take the accordion and just make a really long, sad toot with it.
Do you store stuff in it, or is he just
Oh.
underneath the stage?
You can
Oh.
store stuff in
No,
it.
you store stuff in it.
It's like you dug a 10-foot hole and you put stuff in it, and then you can fold it up and just keep
I
whatever's
thought
in
you
it.
just set it down on the ground and he fell underneath the stage, and that's the shit that's down there. That'd be hilarious.
I could see that going either way.
I think that's how our 4E portable hole worked.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, it
Just
was like
made
a
a hole for
Wile E.
stuff.
Coyote hole. I loved it. It was
Yeah,
fun.
that's what I always assumed they were. Is
It
there
was so
like
fun.
a Wile E. Coyote hole?
Yeah, until you see
Mhm.
that like one really creepy one where the guy like puts the portable hole on the safe and then walks into the safe,
Mm,
and then the hole just kind of slides off.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah.
I know.
So I'm gonna climb back out.
Jesus.
This is not a place for Stenel.
What was down there?
Oh man, all kinds of stuff. I saw. What did I see?
I'm going to list what's in there.
If we pick it up and just fold it inside out like you can with a bag of holding, will everything come out of it?
I do not know.
Oh,
Let's not do
okay.
that.
I don't know
We
how
don't
to.
need to empty it here. We
Okay.
can empty it somewhere secure.
What? Whose is this?
It was the guy. I got it off the
Our
guy.
gentleman caller.
And oh, that's weird.
Why?
It seems like he could have made things a lot easier for himself with that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe? That's just weird.
I DM'd
Cool.
Matthew.
Okay, so I'm going to wander over to the part of the stage where there was a Warforged who was playing bass. I think it was the bassist. I'm going to see if there's anything left.
Half of a torso, one arm, a head, and one leg.
Can I talk to the head? Is there any power left?
No. There's no cord either.
Oh,
It's a person.
because they're called power chord.
Wah, wah, wah.
Like 3 notes all played together.
Yeah. I'm going to like fiddle with it a bit, and like I clearly can't put it back together. And then I'm going to walk over to Allure and say, I'm really sorry about your friend.
And she shrugs.
He's with the house band. She doesn't care about anybody but herself.
Just to let you know, the portable hole rules, you can't flip it inside out and shoot everything out of it. Sorry. Who is it that we were waiting for again? Now that we've succeeded at our job?
It's Hansel.
We need to go track down the manager.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Also, these daggers are cool.
Don't be careful.
What'd you find about him?
Well, they're magic.
Sweet.
What do they do?
Did
Yeah.
you find anything else about them, or just their magic?
So they're +1. They do +1 damage. Oh God. How do you rationalize that in the actual world?
You say,
they do more
they're
damage and
super
they're
sharp.
easier to hit with. Yeah.
Extra sharp.
Yeah, they're keen and fluid and well balanced, and
And you
they're
can-
probably easier to handle.
You can take a little bit of time and make poison come out of the reservoir like once per day. It magically fills itself back up. They're pretty nasty.
Oh.
Are you sure you're okay, Joel?
Yeah, I feel fine.
You're more constitutional than I am. Jeez.
I used to party.
She's pretty tough. Jules a tough cookie. Okay. I'll take those daggers. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, in D&D parlance, they're +1, and you can use an action to make them be coated in poison.
I'm going to
action.
add those to the Stenel arsenal.
Daggers of venom.
Unless, Jewel, you want daggers?
I have a dagger. It's fine. I don't need venom. I have my words. That's basically the same thing.
Nice. But I know that you guys, if you needed another weapon, you know who to ask.
Did you want to know what was in the hole?
I do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You find box of thieves' tools, a flask of acid, a box of 20 pieces of chalk, 50 feet of hemp rope, rusty manacles,
Men are better.
a cheap engagement ring,
Oh.
Oh, mine was way better.
some dental equipment,
What the fuck?
4 costumes. One is of a Banthum guard with a giant hat. One is a creepy clown costume.
Ugh.
One is a standard jester's costume. And one is a set of costume knight's armor that's made of some type of rubber.
Why?
Oh, look, we can put on our own performance.
Why in the ever living hell does this man have dental equipment?
Ooh.
Hopefully I open his mouth. Are his teeth nice?
No, they're not great.
He didn't have proficiency.
Maybe he inherited this from someone else who was a dentist.
You find some rations, 3 canteens of water, 1 bottle of cheap ale, a pretty nice accordion, some general drawing supplies like charcoal, pens, that kind of thing, a set of climbing equipment, some bagpipes,
Jesus.
a hurdy-gurdy, if you know what that is.
I don't. Please educate.
It is a string violin. So it has a crank on one end and it drags a string over the over the chords, and then it has some buttons you use to play
That
the
sounds
notes.
awful. I want it.
It sounds kind of bad most of the time. There is a creepy red effigy.
Creepy red effigy.
But seriously,
can I
why
see the-
why does he have dental equipment?
Can I see the creepy red effigy? What's it of? Like a human? A tiefling?
A
That
tiefling?
looks vaguely tiefling.
I would like to imagine that Stenel fell into the hole, floundered around for a few seconds, climbed back out, and then Rain Man style just rattled off everything that was in there without looking. I humbly submit for your review.
Please do.
It's canon.
Oh my god, so good.
It's canon.
Well,
Canon.
Can you go back and get that effigy?
Sure, it's just to the left of the bagpipes. Snatch. I take it right out.
He lists off perfectly everything that's in there and then grabs you the bagpipes instead of the effigy. It's great.
I'm like Groot from the second Guardians. I'm like dragging a table. No, I'll I'll grab you the thing. Huh, catch it.
I catch it.
On top of that, there is a coin purse with 11 gold, 19 silver, 7 electrum, and 2 copper.
How did he think he was ever going to like marry this tiefling allure if all he has to his name?
Oh, he's had that since Mirage.
Yeah. He has 11 gold to his name. He can't even
I think he spent every gold that he had on his armor and daggers.
Yeah, these daggers are sweet.
Yeah.
Did you want to keep them?
No, they're just
yes,
really cool.
please.
Yeah.
Oh, did you want to keep them?
No,
yeah,
they're just really cool.
Do you like to stab people, Dimble?
No, not at all. You have to get very close for that.
Yeah, daggers. It's like you're close enough to feel someone's body heat.
Could you check this?
You can throw daggers.
Could you check this effigy real quick? Is it just an effigy, or does it have magic in it?
I assume we can spend another 10 minutes while I detect magic.
We spent an hour checking all this stuff.
You realize it's just a really creepy doll.
I like it, and I put it in my backpack.
So
At least it's not a dildo.
no, I was gonna say
I was
so you
gonna
have a
say, it's right next
dildo
to the
and
dildo, right?
It's right. Yes, it's right next to the dildo.
a shitty voodoo doll of allure.
Well, if you try hard enough.
Jesus.
This is gonna
I
be
also
really.
have an old rusty key. I'm not sure what that's for.
Where'd you get that?
I don't know.
It's an excellent question.
I don't remember.
Is that just your like starting trinket?
It might be.
Huh.
Creepy
Okay.
red effigy doll.
I've had a lot of fun with starting trinkets. I'm just saying.
Well, again, if you try hard enough.
But
so-
seriously, why does he have dental equipment?
Oh my god.
and a clown costume.
It's very strange.
Yeah.
It's very scary. Was he like pulling people's teeth out dressed as a clown? Because that's one of my nightmares.
That's the least freakiest thing I could think of him doing with this stuff.
I don't know. That sounds pretty bad.
Oh no.
And manacles and rope and a cheap engagement ring and dental equipment. Like
I'm
this guy
very
was a
okay
creep.
with us having
Oh.
killed this man.
And Allure's 2 missing shoes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whatever.
I'm assuming the right shoe,
Or whatever.
the shoe that he was humiliated over back at school.
Mm-hmm. It was an old leather boot, an older leather boot, and a white sparkly heel. Or silvery sparkly heel, I think.
Well, it looks like we solved the mystery. All in a day's work, and like another piece of scaffolding falls with a clang.
I mean, he blew up one of the power cord members, so this can all be blamed on him and not the guild. Nobody was here to see this.
And with that, you hear from the men's dressing section, Dirk's voice. What happened here? As he like starts stepping over some of the rubble.
Dirk? Is that one of the guys like that was backstage?
Or sorry, Hansel.
Honestly, I remember Hansel.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
bad. So Hansel.
Yeah, cut the name Hansel in there so it sounds like Hansel just came out.
Dirk is behind him, and Jewel knows Dirk as well.
Ah.
Dirk is the other showrunner and Hansel's partner, And while Hansel is a smaller horseshoe-haired guy with like kind of a bulbous nose, Dirk is very tall with a black ponytail, and he's like chunky built. Like he's a big framed guy with a good appetite.
Muscle gut. Got it.
And he doesn't talk a whole lot.
This wasn't us. It was him. And I point to the body.
Well, we caught the guy that was Ben. He blew up that guy from Power Chord, whose name I probably know, and
Then he blew up the catwalk.
tried to kill me and Allure. So
No, but Singer, I thought you...
Nope. It was totally him. I was
we
just
did it.
calling him out.
Singer. Deception with advantage.
19.
Ooh.
He just looks at you and nods with his mouth open. Dirk's just kind of standing there like blank face behind him, shuffling over the wreckage and sticking to the far wall. Is the web still there? How long does that last?
Until I stop concentrating on it, technically. Though I like to imagine that it's there
Okay.
forever.
It's eternal.
Okay.
It's the actual
So-
effect of web is gone, but upholstery will never be the same.
Yeah. There's just I'll say there's like a foot of goo left.
Yeah.
It's like coating the wall and a bunch of the rubble on the ground, wreckage on the ground. As they're like stepping through it, they kind of get that like walking through a swamp march where they have to lift one leg way higher than it should be to get through it. Eyes focused on the group. Hansel says, "That man caused all of this."
Most of it.
Uh.
I am very bloody, by the way. I'm going to play that up.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Lean into it, Jewel.
Okay. Ooh, 27.
Good
Oh, hell.
night.
Awesome.
But to be fair, he's probably used to performances because he works at a bard school.
Let's also all
so-
take a moment to appreciate that she didn't say that she rolled a crit. I'm just saying.
Also, yeah.
I rolled an 18 plus 9.
And he just kind of like gets sullen-eyed and bobs his head. Well, hell, this is going to be a PR nightmare.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I often have nightmares about PRs too, but we tried to take him alive, and he was having none of the ropes, like didn't even do a thing. He did a poof thing and he was away and we caught him. But then he tried to stab Jewel a bunch, so we had to kill him. Like,
Tried.
That all actually
He
happened.
shakes his head.
He didn't try. He did stab me several times.
He did.
yeah, I didn't think I'd have to roll deception on that. That was all pretty accurate. We tried. We tried to talk to him.
Oh, we did.
They kept you safe, Allure? And she just says, "Of course. It's the guild. It's Jewel. Of course." And then he bobs his head some more and he says, "Okay. I'll pay you."
Steno, I'm confused. Is it Jewel or Julie? This is getting very weird.
I'll try calling her Julie and I'll see if she responds.
It's a good idea. That's how I handle it. Yes.
I mean, to be fair, his family put him into Mirage, which is not the cheapest school. So you might be able to go after them for some of the damages. I don't know how ethical that is.
You want
but
to blame the family for what he did.
Well, no, we're blaming
That's what
him. They're
happens.
just
yeah. Maybe he has money that you can go after his estate now that he's dead.
I think that's
I
terrible.
guess.
He's already paid a high price, both in this life and the next.
And now he can pay reparations to the place that he destroyed.
And his soul will rest in peace with Zelia.
Now,
He's not going to take the
who's
money with him.
Zelia?
Oh, she's
no.
hot.
Oh God.
so
We all look like, please no.
That may or may not have been
Zalia
intentional.
is the most powerful god who lives above us, constantly watching over us.
Dimble
although-
looks up.
Some of us.
Yep, she's up there right now. Have you not seen the storms outside?
No.
No, you haven't seen this. Okay, well, there's a big storm outside, and it's because of her. So there you go.
It's been offshore for like 11 months.
Yeah. Do you not get outside very often?
I try not to.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, Zalia, she's a very powerful god of the sky and the clouds and the tempests and the storms, and she speaks with the voice of thunders.
Hey, gods are all right.
That's what I said.
And I clap him on the shoulder and I'm like, yes, gods are all right, but not as all right as Zalia.
I mean, if you have to pick one, sure.
I think it was more she picked me.
You know, that seems fair. None have picked me. Eh.
But she speaks through me, and she thinks that you would make a great candidate.
Really?
Uh-huh. You made all kinds of things that made sound, and you look like an excellent candidate. I'm pretty sure she
Web
has room in
grenades for
her,
Christ.
her celestial choir for you.
I don't really
What
sing
grenades?
very good.
No, but you can play the instrument of retribution.
I also don't play it very good. No.
Instruments. I'm gonna try to play the accordion. I am not proficient.
You still got.
I mean, there's bagpipes.
You still got a good shot.
I'm not proficient in that either. I actually, before they walk on the stage, I would like to fold up the portable hole.
Well, you guys are
tuck.
backstage, but sure.
Okay. But before they, like, if we hear them approaching or when they're like, what is this? I'm definitely going to just like whip that right off the ground and fold it up.
Sure
and
thing.
put it away.
Yeah. I never really
I
found
don't
much
want them
use
to
for
see it.
gods personally.
Well, it's because they probably never found much use for you, but don't worry. We can definitely work on that.
You're doing that thing again.
Yeah. I'm gonna slowly usher Singer away from the conversation. I'm like, do you think Zalia could help us put this guy back together?
Oh, no, she does not do that.
Yeah,
Does
that
she
doesn't
not
seem like a
put-
god thing.
Does she not put Warforged back together?
That's more of a mechanical engineer kind of thing.
No, there are guards that do that thing. They're all subservient, of course. They're not quite as powerful as Zalia, but I believe the dwarves have a god that puts things back together. And although I'm not quite 100% sure on that.
There's probably a
Gnomes do
Warforged
too.
god.
I prefer to pay highly trained mechanical engineers.
Anyway,
So yeah.
Dirk leans down and whispers something in Hansel's ear. Then Hansel goes, "Oh, good idea. Yeah, we can totally spin this. I see it. I see it now. You're right. So how we're going to spin this is we're going to do a guild interview with," and he looks at all of you. Jewel and Allure. Yeah, Jewel and Allure. We're going to put it in the paper, and it's going to be a plus for both of us because the guild's going to get some, they say Prominence Theater, and Prominence Theater is going to have like this mystique about it. Like, they had a would-be assassin and the guild took care of it. Like, yeah, we can totally spin this positively.
I nod. Like, yeah, that seems smart.
Whatever makes you happy. Do you know what makes me happy? Paying us.
Money.
And he laughs and he says, "I'm out of business. I like it." And he's much smaller than you, and he does the pat the back of your arm and shake it a little bit thing.
Yep, that's strange.
Definitely not opposed to being paid.
Pop by tomorrow, assuming you're staying in town because we need to do this interview. I'll be in my office on the Bard School side in the morning to early afternoonish, and then I have some business to take care of. But if I'm not there, I'll have my secretary have the money for you.
And what's her name?
Anastasia.
Are you sure she won't forget?
And she's very
Sorry,
good
that
at her
was an
job.
Anastasia.
Ah,
I didn't get it either.
that's a pretty good no.
You
Because
get
in
right
Anastasia,
over my head.
she goes through the whole movie like having forgotten everything. She's got like serious amnesia. So he was saying that as a joke, like the secretary might not remember.
Yeah, we should totally explain this whole joke because I didn't.
I'm
get
not
it.
gonna lie, that ruined the joke.
It's
fine.
funnier that way.
It actually made it better for me. So
Yeah, the awkward ham fisting it afterwards is also fun sometimes.
So we'll be by for an interview and to pick up our money tomorrow. We'll still be in town. We're in town for like a week.
You know, the theater being shut down for a little bit might build some want too. And then we can ration out the remaining tickets and charge double. And then Dirk leans low and whispers something into Hansel. It's the ear again. And oh yeah, we could do a backstage pass. Maybe we could do a mystery theater and play off this. Like an assassin dinner?
I'm sorry. Like, someone died here, and
Several
person,
someones.
Yeah, and yeah, but I mean the good person. Someone good died here, and the other one almost died, and you want to make money off of it. I feel that's disrespectful.
Show business, Singer.
What was that?
What do you call a play telling about the brave heroics of people that have fought and won and fought and died over war? I mean, that's just show business. That's what they do, is make money off of telling the stories.
Yeah, they're turning this PR nightmare into a PR chocolate chip cookie.
Yep, I do
I
that
don't know.
cookie.
I feel slightly distasteful about the whole thing.
Definitely feels wrong.
Less cheesy or less what's the word I'm looking for? Not scummy. Somewhere between scummy and cheesy.
Shisty?
Dishonorable.
Skeezy?
Sleazy.
Yeah, dishonorable is the closest one. Skeezy was definitely the word I was looking for.
There you go. That's a good one.
That's a fun word. I like that.
But
It's a portmanteau.
ooh,
Like a wine.
No.
Why would you want to put a man's toe in your wine? This is weird.
Is that the word I'm thinking
Let's
of? Did I say that
go.
wrong?
That's a port. You add a man's toe. That's perfect.
Yeah. You have the rosé, the port,
Mwah,
Manteau.
that joke was on point. I like it. So
Tastes like the spit bucket.
oh,
Let's go.
God, spit bucket.
We should probably leave while they still think it's his fault. This place is falling apart.
Do you say that
It
out
is
loud?
totally his fault
No.
because
No,
it
please don't say
happened that
that.
way, and we leave.
I'm gonna give Allure her 2 missing shoes.
She just looks confused.
Don't worry, they're not
He
poisoned.
took these. We hope.
I'll stop by later, Julie. Thanks.
Her name's Julie again
You're
now.
welcome.
What the hell?
Jewel, can I
Stay safe.
have a word with you real quick?
She gives you that kind of like prissy half hug thing where she does the fake kiss on your cheek and then
Okay.
goes back to her dressing room.
Definitely just indulge her, whatever. And yeah, what do you need? What's up? What's up? More explanations?
Yeah, no, I don't get this world of yours
Okay.
that you came
It's
from
rough.
with the whole stage and the making money and I don't understand it. Like, are you friends with her? It doesn't seem like you are.
I don't even think she knows what your name is.
No, we just
Also, yes, Dimble's really confused on this whole naming convention thing. So what is your name?
my name is Jewel Von Onyx.
Okay, so not Julie.
Well, so when I toured as a musician, I went by just Julie. And that's the name that a lot of the people in this business call me, just because that's what I went by for a really long time. But I guess I just want to be myself and not what the record companies want me to be and not what like everybody else wants me to be. So I just go by my name, but that's a nickname. I'll answer to it if you call. I mean, don't you guys have nicknames? You guys have never shortened your name down or had shortened somebody else's name
Someone
down?
called me nerd once,
or
but I didn't particularly
made it
care for
longer.
that.
And my name is Singer. Like,
yeah.
it can't get any shorter. It's as long as it needs to be.
We call you Sing or just
No,
Sing,
that's
sing.
somebody else.
We call you Sin.
Ooh,
That's also somebody
Gur.
else, and she's very nice. I like her.
or Gur. Yeah, I like Gur.
Grr.
Gur? This is, I like Singer better.
You had to say Jur.
Sure.
Sure.
All right, so Singer, Jewel, Stennel.
Hi.
And now we all know who we are.
Dimble.
That's so good.
I mean, I was
Dimble.
very confused for a little while.
I think we should like all get cinnamon buns after this. I've got that like adrenaline
Yeah.
coming out of my system feeling like I need sugar.
After fight shawarma.
Shawarma.
Oh, that's even better.
I do like cinnamon buns.
I'm gonna change back into my Victorian clothes.
I really hope we're not
or
wearing
my-
these black jumpsuits everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
No.
we should also change.
I'm going straight back into the armor and then from the armor into the fancy pants neon stuff we got.
And as you're trying to do that, I'm going to try and stop you from doing that because your armor is still stinky, Stennel. Stennel, stop it.
No, it's staying on.
No, listen.
case of
you're gonna
assassins.
ruin the
You
clothing.
stop touching me, Singer. No, this has to happen.
Jewel, help me here. He's gonna ruin all the nice stuff you got him.
I'll wash them next month.
Oh my
I
God!
can fix it. Jesus.
I mean, it seems fairly appropriate. You know, germs, they just,
Germs aren't
no,
real.
they're very real. But
What's a germ? No, seriously, I don't know what a germ is.
I'm dressed. Ta-da! Faster than anybody else, even though there's like way more bustles and tying and shit.
Dimble extensively explains to Stennel what germs are.
I'm having trouble remembering which way the shirt goes.
Sounds made up.
All right, party. You get changed into your nice clothes. Singer and Stunnel wrestle over stenches. Dimble is very confused with social customs. Then what do you plan to do? It is now pretty late at night. You feel the sleepy start to hit you.
I suppose we should make our way to the guild and check in.
Yeah, see if they can put us up with reasonably nice digs. What are they called? The residentials. What are the residentials like at the Guild of Banthum, Dimble?
They're adequate. Plenty of space. I can set up all my
Is that where
things.
you?
Kind of,
Oh, okay. Yep.
I just like look you up and down to see like what's your adequate like dress style like? Like, is it going to be just like nothing? Should we get a hotel?
This is where they realize Dimble's adequate may or may not be at all appropriate for what you want it to be. But for Dimble, like a closet is probably adequate so long as he has a place to set up his
Right.
workstation.
So hold on, just refreshing for Vanessa because it's been a while. The guild is not in the nicest district of town. That's the royal district or whatever, right?
Yeah, that is the nicest area is where you're at now. So let me scroll through my notes here. You came off Glory Station, and
Yeah.
that's near the main castle and Noble District and Prominence Theater.
Okay.
The guild is off Glowfly Station, which is pretty much in the Market District.
Okay. Well, there's a little bit of like, what's the word? Like kitschiness or quaintness to staying in the market district. So let's just see if there's any places that have rooms open overnight in the market district that still have like nice rooms. Would I know of anything that's like nicer than just a closet? But
100%.
okay.
The guild itself, a 3-story building that's like all the buildings in that area are probably 2 to 5 stories or so, and they're all like pretty much touching side to side, and walking through it is like walking through a Japanese or Chinese slum where it's just billboards everywhere. Different levels of buildings can be different shops or establishments altogether. There's a lot of housing that's above restaurants or above clothiers or whatever else. And the guild itself has housing in the main guild. And when they anticipate overflow, they have some rooms across the street above a noodle shop. Dimble, the rooms are small. It's not really the most comfortable thing, but like you said, they're somewhat adequate. They're like single beds with a somewhat scratchy wool blanket, a closet, and a mirror and like a small, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a makeup station.
A
What's that
vanity?
called?
Vanity.
There we go.
Literally an empty room would be adequate for Dimble, so long as there is enough space to set up a single workstation.
Right.
You don't necessarily know that. Dimble just says they're adequate.
But most of the rooms are like that. Some are doubles, 2 beds, and some are
That would
singles.
not be adequate.
And that was the rooms at the guild and at the overflow above the noodle house.
Yes. There are some nicer stays there, but a lot of them follow like the Japanese love hotel kind of thing where they're weird.
Oh.
Like they're nice rooms, but they're themed. Like some might be underwater themed or some might be space themed.
Okay. Are there any? I keep thinking of what was that? Was it the episode of King of the Hill when they go to visit his Japanese brother and they spend the whole time in the entry room before they realize that the back wall opens into a huge hotel room?
That's it.
Is there anything like that?
Yeah.
In the market district though?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Okay. So I will we can go back to the guild but and check in, but let's go see if we can get a room at a nicer place. I think that we can take the what's it called? The OR, the outrun system?
No, those are the light cycles.
Oh, that's
the
right.
Nimbus.
The Nimbus. We can take the Nimbus to the Glowfly station and it gets off pretty close to the guild and we can just check in and see if anybody's there and then go see if anybody has some rooms open.
Awesome.
Everybody in agreement?
The streets are pretty barren. It's super late. Mega's closed and you can see there's 2 guys in there just kind of cleaning up.
Is it storming outside?
It's lightly drizzling. Did I not explain the lightning storm?
You may have. Yeah.
No, I think it was in the second episode of Banthum and he hadn't come in yet.
Oh, I thought I did.
I'm just mostly
I'll post a
referring
picture.
to the fact that Singer explained to me that the storms outside were because of their god.
For the past 11 months, there's been a raging lightning storm in the bay near Bantham. And for the first couple months, it freaked people the fuck out. A lot of people moved away and people stayed inside. But Looming Tech came out and said it poses no real harm to the citizens and they're investigating the cause. And then it's kind of like living next to train tracks where you eventually just kind of get used to it.
And what did you say your god's name was, Singer?
Salia.
So you say Salia is causing that storm?
Yes. I haven't really done any research on it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's because she's having an argument with the god of the sea.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yes, I thought so too.
Guys, make
Look
eye
at how
contact.
beautiful it is. Oh, her words are so boisterous and full of energy.
Loud is the word I would use, but yes.
Also loud. Yes, there's that.
So it's lightly drizzling. It's really windy, pretty cold, but the lightning storm rages on.
I just had to have the callback because no, Dimble does not look at this look at the weather until he was told to.
There's pretty much nobody at the Nimbus. There's a couple like vagabonds just kind of sleeping on benches near it. The noble car comes by and you can see the fancy fish tank in there. And then there's a couple ladies, noble ladies, that get off out of the woman's car, which is second. And then the doors open. You get inside and you ride it to Glowfly.
Yep.
You ride it to Glowfly Station. It opens and you're smack dab in the middle of a big market square once you come down the stairs of the station. There are nicer shops all around. There are like string lanterns hanging up all the way around this big circular street that almost give it like the feeling of being in a like under a roof. It's that kind of dreamy fairy light thing going on. Mostly restaurants, a couple clothes shops, a designer shoe shop right in the middle.
Is it a branch of Anastasia from Perth?
Isn't it Arabella? Arabella.
I'm sorry, Arabella from Perth. I forgot my own lady. Is it a branch of Arabella from Perth?
Yeah. It can be, think of a name for it. Arabella's
Banthum.
It is Arabella's Banthum, but they're closed up. You head down the street in an alleyway that Dimble might frequent because it saves half a minute versus taking the actual street. And Dimble likes to be efficient, right?
Of course.
You find The guild, smack between two restaurants and next to a laundromat across the street with the noodle house. There are wires and flyers and cloths hanging from the rooftops above. In the alleyways, people are hanging their laundry, which is unfortunate because it's beginning to rain. Still a few people out and about. You can hear people giggling through some windows, and you're outside of the guild.
It's
Cool.
nicer than I
Let's
imagined.
go in. I don't know if any of the bosses would still be awake, but
It has a big
I don't know why
placard
we-
on the door that's carved in the shape of a beholder with eye rays firing off in two different directions.
pretty.
And you head in.
Yeah.
The bar area's about half of how the building is deep. There are stairs on the right side that go up to the second level, and you can see there's another set above there that go to the third. On the right and left, there are fireplaces. There is a guild board next to the right side by the stairs. There are a few tables spattered about in a big bar. Behind the bar is a gentleman I'm posting a picture of. Dimble, you know him as Saxton.
Big
He's
beefy guy.
standing there wiping down the bar, doing some dishes. And when the group walks in, he peeks an eyebrow and says, "Oh, Dimble, you're back.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Yeah.
are you back so late, buddy?"
Stuff happened. It was pretty weird. Can I get some tea?
Sure thing.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Could I have some as well, Saxton?
And he just nods and gruffs.
Oh, I'll take one too. If you have an alcoholic one.
An alcoholic tea.
Yeah. Is that a thing? It's the city.
He gets a
You know, I'm
chuckle
not sure.
and he says, "I'll make one up for you."
I like this guy. I like the cut of your jib.
Yeah, they make this really gross tea from this really long island. I don't like it.
They put ice in it.
They could.
I think that could be my new thing.
Saxton himself, he's like 6'8", and he's built like a tank.
I come up to his shins.
He has arms that could strangle an oxen and a big handlebar mustache. Sitting at the bar near him is a blonde girl with kind of a shoulder-length haircut and a blue all-round cap in a blue dress with frilly shoulders. And she has a hand crossbow latched onto her belt. And she's just flicking some like nutshells at a bowl, trying to get them in and leaning on one arm.
That's Piper.
Hi, Dimble.
Hello.
How was your gig?
It was a little weird.
Aren't all your gigs weird?
I mean, yeah, but this one was like really weird.
How was it weird
And
this
boomy.
time?
It got kind of explosive.
Yeah, there's like explosions and poison and a riddle, and it was convoluted and strange.
There were shoes, Dimble.
There were shoes. I thought they were left shoes, but it turns out they were right shoes.
Oh, so it turned out to be a real job. And I got stuck at old man Levi's house doing chores again.
That sounds fantastic.
Old man Levi's doing chores sounds fantastic.
Yes,
Haven't you done those jobs, Dimble?
they're great.
All he does is rip off adventure stories and then claim they were him in his stupid books.
I like books.
Yes, you do, Dimble. So Saxton puts 2 teas and then a tea and pours some moonshine into it. Singer, did you want tea as well?
Yes, I sure did.
Okay, so 3 teas and then 1 tea with moonshine. And puts them on the counter near Piper. Dimble, who are your friends?
These are other guild members. Where are you guys from again?
West Bank.
Oh, from West Bank. This is a Singer and Jewel and Stennel.
What business you got here, guildies?
Well, our benevolent guild master has sent us to check in with the Lumatech nerds.
Hey.
Oh,
No, you're probably right.
no names. Yeah, we ran into some interesting problems during our initiation test, and we might need some help solving them.
What kind of
From
problems?
our sister guild. Yeah.
Mind flayers, apparently.
Oh, heck. Mind flayers?
You guys didn't mention any of this.
Well, we didn't directly interact with any mind flayers, but we did see some of those brain dog things.
Would Dimble have any idea what a
Intellect Devour?
Mind flayer?
intellect devour is?
Roll me a knowledge arcana check.
23.
The loudest D20 I've ever heard.
It may be made out of steel. You know, whatever.
That's
Yeah.
excellent.
Definitely, you know.
This is the most horrifying thing Dimble has ever heard.
You know about them extensively.
He has a visible and audible shudder.
Yeah, it was kind of creepy looking.
They eat your brain.
Well, they didn't get close enough to us to eat any brains,
Are you sure?
but, well, I'm speaking.
But sometimes they speak for you if they eat your brain.
I don't know. Should you do like a check or something?
How long ago was this?
Like 3 months?
Oh, someone would have noticed by now. That's horrifying.
All right.
Suddenly, Dimble's new friends are lizard people.
Yeah, basically. He's like quickly trying to put together his tinfoil hat. It's like, oh my God. They've been eaten by the brain devourers. No.
Well, we only saw one. I saw one because I was the last one out of the room as we were running away.
Running away is a very good plan.
Yeah.
And we were quite successful at it. We got
Yeah.
very far away. Like
Although,
Yep.
half the
Yep.
world away.
although the
You
dwarf
don't
in
understand.
the
Those
wig-
things are horrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's why we're here, to get help with figuring out what's going on.
Yeah, sometimes I need help stabbing things. Sometimes stabbing things just isn't enough. This tea is helping, though.
I've killed a couple of those in my day. Lumitech
Good.
gave us this helmet with lead lined in it.
How much are
Ooh.
those?
What does lead do for it?
Yeah, apparently it interferes with their magic fuckery.
Hmm.
I don't know. I just wore it and crushed them.
I'd like to make this, and he gestures at his head, a no fuckery zone.
Nice.
I suppose you should talk to Rune, and we'll get you some rooms. Leans back and yells, Rune, get down here.
It's like the middle of the night.
It's very loud.
How much can you bench? Jewel asks.
Do you even lift, bro?
He gives you a once over and he says, 8 of you with your gear.
Dang. I like lift my tea like a, what's that? Like a toast and take a sip, a fancy sip.
And he lifts his dirty tankard and cheers with his pinky out and looks at it and puts it back on the counter. A moment later, you hear a garbled aquatic female what yell down from above. You see some lights flicker from the top of the stairs.
Look back at Saxton.
He's not paying
Is
attention.
that
He's just
Rune?
cleaning a cup.
I never understand your people and nicknames. I think he's talking about Rune of Death.
Walking down the stairs is this horrific, slimy, black abomination with blinking lights all over its body, freakishly long claws, big jaws, and an angler fish hanging light on its forehead. And it's clawing down the outside wall, and it looks into the bar.
I'm going to go ahead and draw my weapon and back up a few feet.
I'm gonna like put my hand over like Stenel's. Like, no, I think that's Rune.
That's not what I
He's our
was
friend.
expecting.
Joel.
What? Who?
It morphs back into a female Triton with little fangs, like sea foam green skin and seaweed green hair, with an earring, shells in her hair, and scale armor.
That's more along the lines of what I was expecting. What was that?
And she says, Saxton, I guess it wasn't for nothing. With a big smile and tired eyes, she notices your pin and says, what can we do for you, Guildies? What will our heroes hear from Runedeath? What will they see at Lumitech? Will Lumitech ask our adventurers to do a quid pro quo for help with the mind flayers in Westbank? We'll find out next time on Total Party Guild. But before we go, I just want to thank our guest for continuing this adventure with us. Thank you, Matthew.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew.
It's been a blast.
That's been
Do you have anything
amazing.
you want to plug?
Nothing in particular. Just, stay safe out there.
I guess I'm going to continue the remember to register to vote and then do the thing. You just got to do the dang thing and vote. No matter what you vote for, just exercise your duty.
Please do.
And check us out on social media when you're done with that. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, Facebook, Reddit. We're doing Twitch streams. We play some games, and check us out. We're Total Party Guild across the board.
Hashtag Topagu on Twitter. And remember to rate, review, and subscribe on your podcast platform of choice. It is especially important to get us seen and promoted. Remember, a guild of many defeats more monsters.
And if you have any questions or comments or would like to just talk to us, you can send those in via email at totalpartyguild@gmail.com, where we will read and respond to all of your cool stuff.
And until next time, party
Party
on.
on.
Party on.
Party on.